This week from the 9-in-3 Uganda News Desk.
Last week, we looked at women empowerment being a protective factor against child marriage. This week, education, economic opportunities, and vulnerability of women are a few of the themes coming out of the interviews conducted with Makerere University social work students.
It is important because girl child and women will have equal opportunities, will be empowered, will develop competence, will have skills which will enable them compete at all levels of life, all aspects of life. So it is very, very important.
So I think it's important when you alleviate or prevent child marriages, you're achieving equality, because we are looking at most of the women in rural areas, those who didn't have access to education. That's why they're still low, they're still facing inequalities. But if we stop child marriage, I think we shall promote gender equality, because if women marry at a tender age, they tend to be beaten by their husbands. They have no say, they don't know their legal and social rights. So I think when you fight child marriages, you're promoting equality.
Early marriage turns out to be one of the biggest hindrances to achieving gender equality. And early marriage usually affects the girls, the young girls and the young women in a number of ways, because these women or young girls are deprived economically, socially, and also they're robbed from having a better future for themselves. So early marriage is, in other words, trying to become an obstacle to gain gender equality. So if we deal with early marriage in a number of ways, through educating these young girls, teaching them sexual reproductive health, teaching them that there is more for the future for them, because they are victims, they are vulnerable to a number of risks in the environment. So early marriage, if dealt with, we shall be able to achieve gender equality.
Child marriage is something that has really disempowered the female race, socially, politically and economically. Stopping this vice would enable women get more empowered and more knowledgeable about the adversities of early marriage. And therefore it will enable women, first of all, accomplish their different interests, goals and aspirations through going further with their education, through going further without family responsibilities, and above all, giving them the space and environment in order to fully express themselves.
Well, when you look at early marriage, first and foremost, it robs their children of their childhood rights, and especially for girls, because mostly it's girls who are greatly affected by this practice. So if this practice is stopped, you find that girls will have more access to education, and once someone accesses education, chances are that they are more open to opportunities than someone who has not accessed education.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to follow us, comment, like, share our posts, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Remember, we all have a role to play in ending child marriage.